friends, you're welcome back to the Afro Food Diary. My name is Geraldine, a Nigerian based in Norway with her family. I'm a content creator and I bring you wonderful content where it concerns food and recipes. I'm African, I'm Nigerian, so my cooking is heavily influenced by my African taste. So guys, expect mouth-watering dishes from this channel. With that said, I'm so excited to start today's yummy episode with you. You know why? Because it is a collaboration with Nosa of Nosagirl TV. Nosa is a Nigerian. She's based in the US, California to be precise, with her lovely family. Nosa is a family food and lifestyle vlogger, and she brings you wonderful and amazing content as well. Nosa is a beautiful, not just beautiful, but beautiful. She is kind and you just love her by watching her content. Okay, so Nosa is the first woman I've seen that went for an omugo. If you don't know what omugo is something very common in Nigeria, where the mother to a woman who just had a baby goes to kind of help her out with chores and just basically take care of her after she had been delivered of her baby. Yeah, so Nosa is the first lady, the first the first woman I saw doing that for a fellow woman abroad. That was one of the things that attracted me to her kind heart. So my subscribers who doesn't know Nosa yet, please do well to go check her out. I'm sure you would love what you will see there. Okay, so guys, for today's yummy episode, we decided to bring you a dinner you can fix in no time. That is a dinner you can fix somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. And we purposely decided to exclude eba, soup and swallow, because that is an obvious answer. We also decided to exclude noodles because that can be ready within 5 minutes. So guys, we decided to bring this up because we know that a lot of you out there struggle to fix dinner within the short time available to you. Like if, for example, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're working and you're creating content, for example, we know how hard it can be, how busy it can be some days. So on such days, we're bringing you these ideas so that you would know within a twinkle of an eye what you can do to fix dinner for your family. Not just any dinner, but one that is nutrient packed and healthy. Okay, yeah, so our recipe today is not one that you must try, but it's also going to give you an idea of what you can do, kind of give you an idea to open your eyes to the fact that you can actually fix some dinners within a short time. Okay guys, so let's not talk too much. Let's get into our kitchen and start cooking. Man, talking with the background, sit down and talking I'm not so used to that, I must say. So let's start running. Let's get into our kitchen and start cooking. I'm sure you would love it. Let's go. To make our dinner, we need yam, which is like the most important ingredient for this recipe. Yam is our source of carb. It is fresh and natural. Okay, our vegetables, we need okra, some onions and kale. Okay, and then we have this leftover chicken, suya and shrimps as our source of protein. We need some oil, some palm oil. We need some habanero pepper, Niger pot seasoning and salt. I'm using frozen yam, so I'll turn my heat to the highest and pour in some warm water so that it can come to a boil fast. When you're in a real hurry to cook, you need to multitask, and you can see that on this stove I have 2 pots. So before our yam boils, I'll quickly make the sauce for it in the other pot. I've poured in some palm oil. Remember, you can switch for another type of oil, but bear in mind that it wouldn't taste the same. I also sauteed the onions I showed us earlier, and I'm using just this amount of minced okra. Okay, you can cut it up in bigger chunks if you want to. So what we want to do now is to stir fry it until the stretchy nature of the okra comes to play. Okay, I showed us 2 stock cubes, but I ended up using 1 because I realized it would be too much to use 2, and I'm using the 1 pot Maggi because it had some fish and the crayfish taste, since I wouldn't be using crayfish for this recipe. So at this point, I went in with the shrimps, and you can notice I didn't take off the tails. That's because I love to pick it with my finger and just pop the flesh into my mouth, extracting the tail, if that makes sense. So I also added the bits of chicken suya, stirred it together and tasted for salt. I needed more salt, so I added. Guys, like I always say, the key is taste as you cook. I'll let that sit for like a couple of seconds while I quickly check on our yam, and you can see that the oil is beginning to settle on top. So our sauce is so ready, and it's time to add the vegetable, which is kale. You can use spinach for this recipe. You can also use Nigerian Okro. Yeah, but for today I chose kale. So I stirred that in for enough time to get the kale wilt into the whole sauce. I'll cover it up now and go ahead to check on our yam. It's boiling, and I turned off the stove for the sauce and turned down this to my normal heat, which is 7, so that the yam can now cook normally. Okay, meanwhile, it's very important to add salt to this yam so that it has some kind of taste by the time you're adding it into your sauce. Okay, feel free to drop a few drops of oil if you think it's bubbling over. So after like 10-12 minutes, the yam is well cooked, and contrary to checking when your cake is ready, for yam the knife must not come out clean, otherwise it's not ready. So those pieces of yam on the surface of your knife indicates that it's ready. That's how we learned to cook yam in those days. So meanwhile, I'll turn on the stove again for that sauce to like 2, which is like a very low heat. I'll be taking the yams into the sauce right now. Add the habanero pepper at this point and begin to mix everything together over very low heat. The essence of the heat is to enable the sauce to penetrate into our yam as we mix it. You can see that's looking beautiful already. You can also go ahead and break up your yams into smaller pieces if you want to. I think I did some of that at some point. Yeah, so whatever you like. If you want them bigger, if you want them smaller, just break them up. So guys, and you can see that everything has come together at this point. And one good thing that the okra did for this recipe is to make it moist and soft. Okay, so at this point I tasted the last time for salt, and it was just perfect. Our food is ready at this point, and while it's piping hot, we'll give it a taste. So I thought there is something Okro did to this recipe. It kind of did a good job at wrapping it up, and yeah, the taste is just so everything I needed on this particular day. Back home they use this vegetable called oloha that is kind of slippery as well, and I think okra just made a perfect replacement for that. And what's more, it's very healthy. So guys, that's it for our today's recipe. I hope it was worth your while. Those of you who would be coming over from Nosa's channel, let me take this time to welcome you specially. I appreciate you for coming over and being family. I appreciate you. You are welcome. And with that, I say thank you so much, my OGs, my returning subscribers. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as always, and I wish you a beautiful day. Someone said the case was not enough the last time, so bye bye.